Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday Sit Rep. So Brick Fair Virginia was absolutely awesome, really cool to meet new people, see all these incredible builds, and then of course see the fans that are expecting to see us there. And if you got to check out the new Chantilly location, hopefully you were impressed with the size of that thing, because we definitely considered it an upgrade here with that whole game room in the back and then the pick-a-brick and whatnot, build a minifigure in the front. So if you haven't been in there yet, make sure to check out that location. But now we're back at the HQ and we've got another week of epic releases coming up on brickmania.com, so let's dive on in, take a little closer look. All right, so we're kicking things off with this week's featured pre-order, and it is the long-awaited return of the Dauntless, which is an exciting thing to see back in the Brickmania lineup. So we're at Brennan's desk to talk a little bit more about this project. Take it away, Brennan.
Well, this was a long time coming. I remember a long time ago when the first Dauntless came out, and people seemed to really like that one. And just getting the opportunity to get my spin on it, you know, kind of helped complete my Heinemann collection with from the Skyhawk and now creating the Dauntless going back a few years. There were a few things that I thought needed some work. As you can probably see there, like with the gun ports are probably one of the things I'm most proud of. We really tightened that up, and I think that makes it look a little more fierce than having the two snail eye looking guns sitting way out, kind of bring them in nice and tight, which you will get some printing in there. There are going to be a couple of guns printed on, there's a jumper in there.
Okay.
So you will get something, it's not just implied. Feel like I tightened up, you can kind of see from the front, it's not quite a circle, and that's because the Dauntless isn't actually quite a circle. You wouldn't really notice this when you're looking at it, you know, just kind of casually, but when you look at this thing head on, you can see that it's really more of this kind of weird oval.
Yeah, you're right.
And so getting to recreate that shape and getting it to look right was really fun, figuring that out. Obviously, I wanted to do it in sand blue. I wanted to. And I gave it a shot, and it's not easy. It is something that if Lego came out with way more pieces in sand blue, that'd be great, but like most of the wings that I've got, you know, making up the back angle on this wing here, and most of the tiles that make up the top of this thing, you just can't.
It's not practical. Yeah, fair enough.
It's not practical, but I wanted to give you a little something, and so I figured instead of going with the dark blue, light gray, and white camo, I wanted to go with a dark blue top with the sand blue on the sides and then the light gray on the underside and the sides. And I thought that looked pretty fierce.
Yeah, I'd say the color scheme is excellent. It definitely has the look of the navy playing like it should, but you get a couple of variations in there that make it come together nice.
Right. It kind of pops a little more, I think. Yeah, I wanted to update the guns initially for what Cody had done, but really that's almost identical to what he's got, just because there's so little space in there. I initially had an actual like full build with like the gun shield and everything, but it was really cumbersome and it made it really hard to actually add anything past the back of the gun.
Sure.
So we just went with the much simpler design. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We've got the wheels, which you may go, wow, those are weird. They're kind of tilting in, but then the wheels are flat. That's actually what it looks like. Okay. I did some research on that, and it's a funky look, but I think it lends itself to the way that Cody did that. So that works out really well. You've got a 3-bomb loadout, a couple of 100 or 250 pounders, and then a big old 1,000 pounder sitting in the front. Didn't have a really great way of putting any kind of assist mechanism on there, because of course you need to have that thing that allows the bomb to swing.
The trapeze or whatever it is, yeah.
To swing free of the prop, so you don't, you know, cause a really horrible prop strike. And we've got some dive brakes. These are a revamp of what Cody did. I did these ones technically upside down. This one's roughly the same. And those are all going to get printing as opposed to stickers. So
nice.
These are getting printed both front and back. And this one is only getting printed across the top because the underside actually looks kind of like what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah, that already matches with the holes.
we figured that was probably fine. You guys would find that to be okay as opposed to having to sticker over that. Got an arrestor hook on here. It's a little different than what I normally do, but it's, I mean, similar in the lightsaber to minifig hose thing, but we tried the ball joint instead, and I thought that looked a bit better in comparison to just having this kind of clunky bar and clip thing going on. Keeps it a lot tighter, especially when you look at it from the side. I think that looks a lot more fierce.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun to build. So like I was saying, you're gonna get the gun ports. Should mention what else you've got. You can obviously see gun sight in there. I feel like that's kind of a signature thing with my World War II stuff. If I don't put it in there, it's almost not a me kit. You're gonna get a roundel on this wing here. Nice big
cross element, nice.
Cross element roundel. Obviously the roundel going across a few pieces back here as well on both sides. On both sides you'll get a little B5.
Up there,
which is,
okay.
Right about here. That's a squadron number we found, and also a 5 on both of the sand blue slopes on either side of the engine.
Cool.
And to top it all off, aside from, I suppose we've also got an instrument panel in there that's going to be printed, and then we've also got a lovely set of mission counters. So if you've ever seen the bombs drop thing, we've got a tile or a slope right here that'll have all that on there. So yeah, going to be a lot of fun printing on here. Honestly, I suppose to wrap this up, the horizontal stabilizers were something I was really proud of, because they're kind of unorthodox as far as I know.
It's a detail other people may not look to capture.
Right. Well, and you could just do it with, I suppose, these 2x4 wings and just bring it back, but you couldn't get that really distinctive rounded feeling with something like that, and I think this captured that a bit better. When you put that right on top of those blueprints, I think that captures it better. Awesome.
Very, very cool. The long-awaited return of the Dauntless, now on pre-order on brickmania.com. Brennan, thanks for checking in. All right, up next, we have the T-34-76. So we're at the desk of Sergeant Nate to talk a little bit more about this armored helicopter. No, just kidding.
Yes. So this is the T-34-76, specifically the M1941 variant. This is the one that was used at the beginning of the war in the East. Despite what some people say, this thing was used en masse on day one. And I think by the end of 1942, like 6,000 of them were destroyed or something.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they made more, but you know, they were also taken out. But yeah, this was definitely, things were starting to look good because it's got the sloped armor that everyone
tries to capture. Yeah,
tries to capture, obsesses over, claims it's the first, even though it really wasn't. As for the build, really good. As you can see, it rolls very well. This is another duo between me and Katya, because she provided the turret because I was busy and just ran out of time. But it captures the sleek profile very well. Really good. Really good depression.
Downhill, yeah, right.
Yep. This main opening hatch does come with a minifig, same as the other Soviets, just a different head. We've got some grill printing, we've got some viewport printing right here, a different back hatch. No printed wheels because I was going for the more holy style.
Yeah, sure.
And of course the engine that Katya designed.
All right.
That's been in all the other ones.
It's cool to see.
But yeah, this is sort of a truly refined style of the T-34 that I've done. And this is the last T-34 I'm doing for the year, because I already made 4. It's kind of a lot. Well, 3.
We brought back the lineup, though, yeah.
Yeah, we did bring back the lineup.
I've been gone for a while, so that's cool to see.
So you got variety. And pretty much all the ones we made can be used in World War II and beyond. Just got to figure out some of the decals on your own. But yeah, front hatch opens sort of. Not much of an interior, but to be fair, there wasn't much of an interior on the original.
In general, yeah, right.
But yeah, no, this is just a slick, basic gray T-34, nothing fancy, just a tank.
Because it doesn't need to be. Really cool. And an excellent addition to this week's pre-orders, now available on brickmania.com. Nate, thanks for checking in. All right, and this week's standalone minifigure is the Imperial Japanese Army Rifleman with that perfect caliber Arisaka, I believe, rifle is how you pronounce it, with the bayonet. So everything you see here included with this figure. I'm sure you guys are at this point are like, come on, bring Landon in here so we can actually hear what these things are made of. I know, we will get there, I promise. We'll have him in for a breakdown. He's a busy man, so we gotta make use of his time the best way we can. So we'll get him in the studio and talk a little bit more about this entire collection. But at least now you get a nice little showcase of all the artwork and everything going on here. I like the printing on that helmet. Very unique, kind of the first time I've ever seen us do something similar to that in a while, at least on a Japanese army guy. Little look at the face artwork without the helmet, so you can get an idea of what how everything connects with those very, very intricate looking like chin straps. Otherwise, what seems to be a pretty standard pouch loadout, and then like I said, does include that perfect caliber brick arms as well, all now available at brickmania.com. All right, so that'll just about do it for me here on a Friday. A couple of quick notes though before we go. If you've watched this far, August 20th is a Saturday that you are going to want to circle on your calendar because we have an incredibly special drop heading for that for noon on that Saturday. So we've got more information to come, but make sure you mark that on your calendars. And we also got another round of markdowns hitting brickmania.com sometime in the next week, so keep an eye on the website because we got a lot of kits in production right now, so we got to make space for the new stuff. And we also have a huge drop inbound for Monday as well, so make sure you tune back into the sit rep and we'll go through some of the highlights of that drop as well. But otherwise, that will do it for me here on a Friday. Thank you very much for watching.